Hey everyone, welcome back. Happy Sunday if you are watching this or listening on this last Sunday of February, actually. Um, Welcome back to More Than Just Task Management, your favorite daily productivity podcast with me, Anna Angelova, business coach and consultant. And as always, I have Joris Minusvand, my co host. Good morning, Joris.
Good morning, Anna. Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Hope everyone is doing well. Like Anna said, we're here to start a new week, a new topic. And the topic this week is about a massive role the performance and flow makes in your business success. And what we'll start with is an introduction to what performance flow is, and then during the week we'll break it down into all to its five, six pillars and then deep dive there. So at the end of this call, if any of the pillars are important to you, please let us know so we can focus more during the week. Uh, I would like you to drive this conversation as much as possible.
Exactly, and the thing is that like today we will just cover what performance and flow is, and the five components that we would like to share with you. And here is the thing: like when you think about the previous couple of weeks, so a couple of weeks ago we started the daily podcast talking about goal setting, right? Like we were talking about goal setting, and yes, setting your goals is important. Like breaking them down, having those weekly check-ins and things like this. It's part of the system, right? It's part of how we do things. Habits and routines are also important. Like they help us. Do things like they say, remove some of the friction, because once we actually have a habit, it's so hard to get rid of it, and especially the bad ones, right? But ultimately, all comes down. Okay, you can have the best plan in the world. Like you can have your goal and the plan and everything, but when it comes to actually sitting down and doing the work, this is how we make the change, right? Action is what helps, and what actually makes the change, and what provides the results. It's not the plan that we have. Like we all have amazing plans, we all have aspirational goals, but it all actually comes down to sitting down and executing on this. And that's why we this week we are focusing on performance and flow. And
Mm.
performance is not just about getting more done, right? And we've mentioned this before. It's getting more done is not why we are here. We are
Mm.
here so we can get the right things done in the most effective way.
Yep.
And as we said, we'll introduce five components, let's call them, of high performance. In the future episodes, we'll dive deeper with tips and tricks and things like this. But for today, it's a high-level introduction of what this topic is all about.
Mm. Yep. And we'll show you ways to optimize your work in a way that you can sustain or even improve your success without burnout.
Very important. Yeah, very, very important. Because again, like as business owners, we are here to make a difference in the world without sacrificing ourselves. Like we are here to create win-win scenario where everyone wins, including ourselves as business owners. So let's actually dive in. Like, let's start with the basics, right? What do we mean by performance and flow? Performance is about working intentionally and effectively, knowing how to prioritize, focus, and sustain high levels of achievement over time. How you show up, like, so performance is like how you show up when you are doing the work, whether it's the sales calls, whether it's writing a strategy, whether it's meeting with potential clients, whatever it is, like performance is when you're doing the work. And the work can be you in front of other people, you meeting with other people. Because if you think about like the word performance, we associate it with someone on a stage, right? Or an actor or something like this. No, performance is actually how we perform things, like how we do things. It's about how you show up and do the work. Are you doing it effectively and efficiently?
Absolutely. And then there is the flow state. This is when You're fully immersed in your work. Everything works flawlessly, effortlessly, and you're producing at your highest level. And once you achieve this, it's like a spaceship in a warp. It goes at the maximum speed, and it just stays in that flow state. It's where creativity, focus, and momentum align with each other, and they give you the best results. This is fantastic, but flow doesn't happen by accident. It doesn't happen on its own. It's a result of a strong series of strong habits and a system that you build that we talked about in the past few have been talking about in the past few weeks, and like we talked about habits and all that, and you need to create a system where your performance and the flow can combine and push you forward like a starship in a warp.
Love the analogy. Now I want to
Mm.
watch
Star Trek.
Star Trek. Yeah,
Yeah.
haven't watched the Voyager in a while.
Yeah.
So uh, with flow, actually, I just want to add a little bit more with the idea of performance and flow, right? They're not separate, and actually, flow is a type of performance. Like when we are in flow, like, it's the greatest performance we can have, right? So, and we have like we are spotlighting it because Joris, like you said, this is where creativity, focus, momentum, like this is where like you are at your best. It's peak performance, and actually peak performance is one of the core areas that we'll discuss. So the things that we'll focus on, like the foundations for performance and flow. So one is productivity itself, right? Efficiency, effectiveness. Then the other one is energy management. How
Yeah.
you reach peak performance, which is a flow, as I was saying. And then we will have things about individual performance, episodes that focus on individual performance, and we'll have episodes that focus on team performance. And each of these, like each of these five, they play a role in how we work and how consistently we show up at our best in our business as like individually, but also as a team as well, right? Because like some of our listeners, like you have mm, teams, right? Like you're not on your own. As you grow your business, your team grows as well. So team performance is actually a very important thing. And when we talk about habits and routines and goal setting and productivity in general, it's not just yourself. Yes, yeah, it's important for you as a business owner, as the director, CEO, whatever your role is, to set an example and to work at your best. It's also important for your team. Like you need your team to also align and do the work.
Absolutely. All right. Let's start with productivity. Productivity is the foundation of high performance. We talked about performance and we talked about productivity, but how do these two things align, right? Productivity is about efficiency and effectiveness. It's not just about completing tasks. You know, we talked about prioritizing tasks and take 20% of your task that may give you 80% result, but uh, productivity, managing, being a pillar of performance, it's about how to do the right thing the right way to get the right result. And this will give you the performance that you need.
And when we talk about like, efficiency and effectiveness, right? It's getting the most like the highest output possible, right? It's doing the right things again, like being strategic, doing the right things, structuring your day, eliminating distractions, focusing on the high impact work. So you get the most out of an hour of work, right? Like this is
Mm,
what we want to have, like doing the right things so you have the highest output. And without solid productivity habits, you know what it's like. Like we get overwhelmed. Are stuck in consistent mode where like we fight fires. Something comes up, and we focus on the
mhm,
urgent things that might not actually be that important. Because someone is screaming, whatever the loudest thing is, we focus on these things, and like our whole day goes by without us achieving anything.
mhm. Absolutely, like the flood in my house, and I had to run and make sure the flood and the leak is taken care of. and I still have not done my taxes yet. So I'm a best example of this. So, but this is not sustainable. So what I'll do is this week I'm gonna go back into practicing what I preach. I'm gonna focus. I'm gonna prioritize. I'm gonna make sure that I have a list of 20% tasks that I give me the 80% result, and I'm gonna move forward. The important thing is to understanding that productivity is the first step towards optimizing your performance. And this is something that we'll be talking about. We'll deep dive into the coming episode. We'll probably dedicate an entire episode this week on how to understand it and how productivity, applying proper productivity, optimizes your performance.
Oh, definitely we'll have an episode, at least one on with productivity tips, tricks, and mistakes not to make. So we haven't really planned yet. And definitely there will be this week an episode on productivity, which is the first one, right? Like this is the first one. Then the next one, like let's say energy management, right? Like this one is. Um, I don't want to say one is more important than the other. Like all of them are really, really key factors. And energy management is something that, when you think about it, we still talk a lot about time management, right? Managing our time, but in an extent, we don't manage time itself, right? We manage what we do, like within that time, like within that hour or 2 hours, whatever it is. And we still don't think about managing our energy. And if you don't have the energy, if you think about it, when you don't have the energy to focus, no matter how well you have planned things, like all the productivity tips we talk about, if you even have you have the best productivity strategy in the world, if you don't have the energy to do the work, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. And here is the thing, like with energy, it goes up and down, and there are natural cycles. So we'll be covering things. So it's really this all things come together, right? It's a system. It's not like, oh, this is more important than this and the linear. The whole thing is a system. These things play together, and energy management is actually one of my favorite. I'm a core energy certified professional coach through IPEC, and like this is one of my favorite topics, and I'm so looking forward to diving into this.
Yeah, absolutely. The interesting thing is you talked about system. I think our body and our mind is part of this system. And energy management is not like watching a needle when the fuel drops and you're about to run out at the quarter tank, you stop. Or it's about working with your natural rhythm. Avoid burnout, and make sure that every task that you do, it has your full mental and physical attention, so you can get the best results out of it. I've seen this. You do this very well, Anna, and I need to start doing this. I've seen you where you get up from your laptop, you take your headset off, and you close the laptop and say, "I'm done. I need to take a break." You manage your energy very well. So I love it. This is what it's all about. Listen to your body, listen to your brain, and then pay attention to the quality of the work you're doing. If you see that the quality is dropping, that means you need to stop. You need to manage your energy, right?
Absolutely. And this is the thing with energy. As I said, I love it. This is one of my favorite topics, and we'll be discussing the factors that impact your energy. And a sneak peek, like it's like emotional factors, mental, physical. Physical is the easiest one, right? Physical is the easiest one. There's social factor, environmental, like how about our environment, and spiritual, our values. Are we aligned, right? And I know the conversations we had before we started, Joris, you're struggling right now with some of the things aligned with your values and what you do right now. So and your mission and things like this. So we'll be talking about this and covering in future episodes. And I really love this topic. And when we talk about natural rhythms, if you think about it, like we have the daily rhythm, the circadian rhythm. We have natural cycles that are related to the seasons. And energy is like such an interesting topic, and I love it. I love it. I'm really looking forward to it. But let's move to the next one.
All right. Next one. I know we were supposed to just introduce this, but we're so passionate about it. We keep deep diving into every of the one of the pillars. So let's keep it high level for Sunday, and then we'll do the deep dive later. So the next one is peak performance. And when we talk about peak performance, it's what differentiates high achievers from non-achievers. And that is and peak performance is consists of discipline, focus, and continuous improvement, like we always keep talking about. When you're doing something, it's not about just doing it, it's about how you do it. Pay attention, improve it. And the discipline is you continuously keep that focus and the peak performance at the same level to apply to all of them. Because if you have three tasks today and you only have energy, or you drain all of your energy for the first one, what happens to the second and third one? And they may be the third in the line, but they may be more important than the first one. So peak performance is like again, we use a lot of analogies. It's not a marathon runner. It's the one that does a 100-yard dash, and within the entire 100 yard, the runner has to run at its highest level, whether it's the first 10 meters or the last 10 meters. A marathon runner, they pace themselves, they start, slow down, speed up, but peak performance is like, imagine you're running the 100 yard, whether you're doing the first task, the third task, or the last task of the day. And if you can keep this peak performance consistently, you will become a high achiever.
And here's when I'm thinking about high achievers as well. Like here is the thing that uh, they show up no matter what. And like a lot of it is mindset, right? A lot of it is the mindset that it's not, oh, at the day I don't feel like it. And again, we'll dive deeper into these ones because when you think about, oh, go with all your energy, sometimes it can sound like a contradiction when we're saying, oh, work with your energy, but then show up no matter what you feel like, whether you feel like it or not, right? So we'll dive deeper into these topics, and I don't want to call it balance. But these contradictions are actually really interesting, and again, I'm really looking forward to diving into like the details and the deeper into how all these things play together. And the thing with peak performance, we talked about flow, right? So being in flow and like having the routines, the systems, the mindset, the mental resilience, like being resilient so you can operate at high level consistently and also operate at high levels. But with this also comes that your high level, like the highest level for you this year is better than you had last year or the year before that. This is also important. It's not just consistently having a certain high level. It's also like, okay, how can I actually get better and better and better? So my peak for performance today is, let's say, a 10. And then uh, a month from now or 6 months from now, let's say, my peak for performance can be an 11 because, I got better at things, I learned more, I've improved in one way or another. So this is also really important when we talk about peak performance and flow, that it's not static, like with the highest achievers, with the best performers, it's not static. They actually get better and better at their craft.
Absolutely. And this is about training yourself for the three things, and some of these we talked about before. Prioritize execution over perfection. We talked about the 80% rule. Don't wait for something to be complete in your mind and perfect before you release it. Measure progress rather than effort. Doesn't matter how much time you spend. If you didn't progress, or didn't do this the right way, then that's not right. You need to revisit this. And the third one is to push your past discomfort to reach new levels of growth. Like you said, Anna, today I'm 10, tomorrow I should be 12, right? as long as every day I'm better than myself yesterday, use that rule to consistently build a system where it sets you up for success. That's the most important part.
Exactly. And to continue with the conversation and keep it high level, um, what we'll do in addition to peak performance, what we'll cover as well is kind of look at it from two different perspectives, right? So, individual performance, building your personal success formula. Because the thing is that different things work for different people, right? So, the key, when you think about it, the key is really to understand yourself and build a system that works for you. And this is like some of the episodes we have will focus on how do you do this for yourself as the business owner, as the solopreneur, or like if you have a team, like how do you do this for you first, so you can have your own success formula.
Absolutely. You and I are a good example of this, Anna. Some people work best in the morning, um, early riser. By 5:30, I'm up and running. I can be 100% um, effective. Some people are more productive at night. Some thrive with rigid schedules. Some are need more flexibility. The idea is to find your own strength, identify your weaknesses, and build a routine that maximizes your potential. It's. We always talk about this also, Anna. Same thing goes about diet. You cannot follow a diet that somebody else posts on the internet. You have to find what works for your body. Same with workout. You Yes, you can follow some of the videos online, but you have to eventually, and you see me doing this, Anna. I made it myself. I didn't. I even the video. I when I watch it, there my upper body is stronger than my lower body. So I focus on my lower body strength. So I make it your own, basically. Build your own system that we keep talking about.
Yeah, it's about building your own system, whether it's related to business and work or related to your health, nutrition, exercise. It's finding what works for you, and that's why we love biohacking, right? Like we started reading about it and got into it, where it's all about finding your formula, like what works for you, and not to get again deep into the conversation, but even as women and men, like they're different. When we talked about energy a few minutes ago, like we women have the 28-day cycle as well that impacts us, right? With different hormones, and these different hormones, like they do impact us. They impact our energy, uh, and again, not to get deep into this, but depending on what time of the cycle it is. Uh, some days I'm really like I have energy to do a lot. Other days I have energy to eat chocolate. So it's these are normal things. Finding what works for you and mm, building the systems that really helps you tap into your potential, showing like doing the best you can with everything you have, right? With who you are, right? And this will really unlock a whole new level of efficiency and success for you as a business owner.
Yeah, absolutely. Love it. And by the way, sometimes your hormones actually they're so strong they affect me too. So I have to watch out for that.
Guilty
Um,
as charged.
so
Yeah, we impact
so
each other. That's why social.
we
That's why
do.
so the social factor is one of the things that impacts the energy, right? So like our energy, and it's absolutely natural. Anyway, go ahead.
And this is a perfect segue into our last topic, team performance. This is where whether you're a solopreneur or run a small company, at the end, at some point, you'll need to start delegate, collaborate, and lead. And you need to build another system outside of your personal system for your team to do exactly what we were just talking about. Build from on each other's positive energy and help each other when one person is down. So it's like a 4 or 6 wheeled vehicle where if one wheel is flat, then the other ones have to take the grunt, right? So Yeah, let's talk a little bit more about team performance, and we'll try not to deep dive too much
Oh, this one,
into the
yeah.
topic.
I
Yeah.
love these topics, and it's so hard to not dive deeper. But with team performance, yes, it all starts with having the right people, like the talented people, like the right people in the right positions, right? Like it all starts with this, but then it's also aligning the team, having the communication clarity, expectations. It's really uh, if like you mentioned the flat the tire, right, which
Mm,
like the others need to take over, but then also what if one tire tries to go this way, the other one goes this way, then something is pulling backwards, what's going to happen, right? So you need everyone to go in the same direction, a shared sense of purpose, and it's really like being like leading a team of people is one of the most exciting things you can do as a business owner, because we are also talking like, yes, you are one as the team, but then within the team you have individual people. You might have people who prefer to work in the morning, like are better in the morning, then there might be others who are better in the evening, and it's like, how do you manage this thing? How do you uh, get all these like different people and create something stronger than the sum? Like the sum is bigger than the entity is bigger than the sum of the individual parts.
usually.
So it's really
Mm,
fascinating, and yeah, I know I'm repeating myself. Can't wait to get into more
yeah,
details in the episodes this week, and of course in our future episodes when we cover this topic of performance and flow.
absolutely loving it. All right. Uh, let's jump into our actionable items today. What do we what do we take away, Anna, from this week?
Well, to recap, right? To recap,
Mm,
performance and flow. What we'll be talking about in our future episodes, and mm, what you'll be able to get out of this topic is productivity. So uh, this will be the foundation of efficiency and effectiveness, like productivity tips, tricks for you to be able to perform at your best, right? Then we'll cover energy management as a separate pillar, as a separate part where you sustain your focus and avoid burnout. We will talk about peak performance. How do you actually get into flow, and the mindset and the habits that high achievers have? And we'll help
mm,
you uh, create your own system, like individual performance. How do you create your own success system that works specifically for you, right? And last but not least, team performance, building a culture of efficiency, alignment, accountability, like building that team that makes a difference. And I love what you mentioned, Joris. So for today, I would say like it's Sunday, enjoy, relax, but also, oh, excuse me, also, uh, if you have time, come here, whether it's on YouTube, like Plandor, it's the channel is Plandor, Plandore, and comment on this video. Let us know which one of these five pillars you are most interested in, where you'd like us to dive deeper, and the one that you would like to focus on first, the one where like, if you improve this
mm.
one first, it will bring you the most the results, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Love it. Love it. All right. Everyone, like Anna said, we'll let you go back to your Sunday and relax and enjoy and do some of your chores that we're not able to do during the week. And if you like us, please subscribe and like and comment and help us improve this in more productive podcasts that you will take advantage of.
Thanks, Joris. As always, it's a pleasure, and we'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. Live here on the YouTube channel. And then if you listen somewhere on the podcast platforms, of course, it would be available a little bit later. It takes like a half an hour or so to upload everything into the podcast platforms.
Yep.
So have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday and a productive and fulfilling week ahead. And we'll see you Monday morning.
See you, everyone. Have a